7 best science-backed supplements for heart health. What actually works? Heart disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide, which explains why the market is flooded with supplements claiming to boost cardiovascular health. But which ones actually work? Today, I'm cutting through the marketing hype to reveal the 7 supplements with the strongest scientific evidence for supporting heart and circulatory health. This isn't just opinion. We're talking human randomized controlled trials and meta-analyses showing real measurable benefits. Before we dive in, remember that no supplement is a magic shield. These are potential boosters to layer on top of the foundations. A Mediterranean-style diet, regular movement, quality sleep, stress management, and not smoking. Now let's get to the evidence. 1. Red yeast rice. Red yeast rice is a traditional Chinese medicine made by fermenting rice with a specific type of yeast, Monascus purpureus. Its active compound, monocolin K, is chemically identical to the prescription statin lovastatin, which explains its powerful cholesterol-lowering effects. Studies have shown that red yeast rice can significantly lower total cholesterol and LDL, bad cholesterol levels by 15 to 25% within 6 to 8 weeks. A meta-analysis of clinical trials confirmed its effectiveness in reducing cholesterol levels comparable to low-dose statin medications. The typical studied dose ranges from 1,200 to 2,400 milligrams per day, typically taken in divided doses. However, one major concern is that the monocolin K content can vary dramatically between products since supplements aren't standardized or regulated like medications. This means you might not know exactly how much of the active compound you're getting. Side effects are similar to prescription statins, but generally milder, including potential muscle pain, liver enzyme elevations, and digestive issues. Due to these similarities, you should avoid taking red yeast rice if you're already on statin medications, and always consult with your healthcare provider before starting. 2. Coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. This naturally occurring compound works as a mitochondrial cofactor that improves energy production and acts as an antioxidant in heart muscle cells. The evidence here is particularly strong for heart failure patients. A 2024 meta-analysis pooling 33 randomized controlled trials in heart failure patients showed significant reductions in all-cause mortality, an impressive 36% reduction, and heart failure hospitalization was cut in half. Patients also experienced modest improvements in ejection fraction, which measures how efficiently your heart pumps. The Q-Symbio trial found that after 2 years of treatment with 300 milligrams of CoQ10 daily, patients showed significantly lower rates of major adverse cardiovascular events compared to placebo, 15% versus 26%. CoQ10 is considered very safe, with mild gastrointestinal complaints being the most common side effect. The typical studied dose ranges from 100 to 300 milligrams per day, often divided into multiple doses. One note of caution: CoQ10 may interact with the blood thinner warfarin, so monitor your levels if you're taking both. 3rd, plant sterols, stanols. Plant sterols, also called phytosterols, are naturally occurring compounds found in plant cell membranes that have a chemical structure similar to cholesterol. Because of this similarity, they compete with cholesterol for absorption in your digestive system, which helps lower blood cholesterol levels. The FDA has authorized health claims for plant sterols, acknowledging that foods containing at least 0.65 grams of plant sterol esters per serving may reduce the risk of heart disease. Research shows that consuming 2 to 3 grams of plant sterols daily can lower LDL cholesterol by about 8 to 10% within weeks. Plant sterols are found naturally in small amounts in vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and vegetable oils. But to get therapeutic doses, you'll typically need fortified foods like certain margarines, orange juices, or yogurt drinks, or supplements. The evidence is strongest for cholesterol reduction, though some studies have questioned whether this directly translates to reduced cardiovascular events. Plant sterols are generally considered safe, though they may reduce the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins in some cases, so it's best to take them with meals containing fruits and vegetables. 4. Elemental magnesium. This essential mineral is a natural calcium antagonist that promotes vasodilation, improves insulin sensitivity, and helps normalize cardiac rhythm. An umbrella meta-analysis of 10 prior meta-analyses confirmed significant blood pressure reductions with magnesium supplementation, especially when at least 400 milligrams per day was taken for 12 weeks or longer. The average reduction was about 6 millimeters of mercury systolic, which is clinically meaningful. Another systematic review found that circulating magnesium levels were associated with a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular disease, with trends toward lower risks of ischemic heart disease. Dietary magnesium showed a 22% lower risk of ischemic heart disease. The typical studied dose is 300 to 500 milligrams of elemental magnesium daily, often as citrate, glycinate, or oxide forms. The main side effect is loose stools at higher doses, and you should avoid high-dose magnesium if you have severe kidney problems. Nattokinase. Nattokinase is a powerful enzyme derived from fermented soybeans, natto, that has been gaining attention in cardiovascular research. It has impressive fibrinolytic, clot-dissolving properties, and offers multiple cardiovascular benefits. A large clinical study from 2022 involving 1,062 participants demonstrated that nattokinase at a daily dose of 10,800 FU was significantly effective in managing atherosclerosis progression and hyperlipidemia. The researchers found this higher dose was necessary for effectiveness, as lower doses of 3,600 flu units didn't produce significant results. The enzyme works through several mechanisms, including breaking down fibrin, a protein involved in blood clotting, inhibiting platelet aggregation, and improving blood flow. Research indicates it may help lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure and potentially reduce cholesterol levels. However, be cautious if you're on blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, as nattokinase blood thinning effects could increase bleeding risk. The typical effective dose from studies ranges from 2,000 to 10,800 fluence units per day. 6. Aged garlic extract, AGE. While regular garlic has some benefits, aged garlic extract has the strongest evidence. Garlic's organosulfur compounds increase nitric oxide availability, inhibit platelet aggregation, and have antioxidant effects. Recent research has shown it also has anti-atherosclerotic actions through ferroptosis inhibition. A double-blind randomized controlled trial found that aged garlic extract slowed the progression of coronary artery calcification compared to placebo, and a 2021 meta-analysis showed garlic supplementation reduced systolic blood pressure by about 8 millimeters of mercury in hypertensive adults. The typical studied dose is about 1.2 grams per day of standardized aged garlic extract. Side effects can include garlic breath and mild digestive discomfort. Like some other supplements on our list, garlic has antiplatelet properties, so be cautious if you're on blood thinners or facing surgery. 7. Cocoa Flavanols. Finally, let's talk about cocoa flavanols, powerful plant compounds found in cocoa beans. Research shows these flavanols support cardiovascular health by improving blood flow and endothelial function. A number of human dietary intervention trials have demonstrated that flavanol-rich cocoa can improve endothelial function, reduce platelet aggregation, and lower blood pressure. In 2023, the FDA authorized qualified health claims for high flavanol cocoa powder and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, though they noted the scientific evidence is still limited. The benefits appear to come from cocoa flavanol's ability to boost nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Studies show these compounds can also reduce inflammation and may help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. For therapeutic effects, you'd need about 500 to 1,000 milligrams of cocoa flavanols daily, which is difficult to get from regular chocolate due to varying flavanol content and processing losses. Look for specialized high flavanol cocoa supplements or minimally processed dark chocolate specifically labeled with flavanol content. Putting it all together. Now, how should you put this information to use? First, remember that these supplements should complement, never replace, evidence-based medications and lifestyle measures. If you already have cardiovascular disease, work with your healthcare provider. Second, quality matters enormously. Look for third-party tested brands with certifications from organizations like USP, NSF, or Informed Sport. The supplement industry is poorly regulated, so this step is crucial. Third, introduce one supplement at a time over 2 to 4 weeks so you can track effects and tolerance. And if you're taking medications, especially blood thinners or blood pressure medications, talk to your doctor before adding any of these supplements. For specific conditions, certain combinations may be more beneficial. If you have uncontrolled hypertension, for example, the combination of magnesium, aged garlic extract, and cocoa flavanols has additive blood pressure lowering potential. But monitor your blood pressure closely as medication doses might need adjustment. Each of these 7 supplements, Red Yeast Rice, CoQ10, plant sterols, magnesium, nattokinase, aged garlic extract, and cocoa flavanols, has demonstrated measurable benefits in rigorous clinical trials. By focusing on these evidence-based options, you can make more informed choices about supporting your cardiovascular health. What's your experience with any of these supplements? Have you noticed benefits, or are you considering trying them after watching this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this evidence-based breakdown valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe for more science-backed health content. Until next time, take care of that heart. It's the only one you've got.